Alrighty, so one of the things that we are talking about in 6th grade is a 7th grade standard. But when you go into 7th grade, you're going to jump into rational numbers, meaning decimals and fractions. So we are working on integers, just the whole numbers, and how to add and subtract, multiply, and divide them. What we've been doing is, if we have a problem such as 5 minus 12, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to box the bigger number. You got to think absolute value. So the absolute value of 5, the absolute value of 12. 12 is the bigger one. Whatever is inside of here is going to be the sign for your answer. So this answer is going to be negative. Now, when I look at this, 5 is positive, 12 is a minus or a negative. Those are different. Because they are different, we are going to subtract. So 12 minus 5 equals 7. So our answer is negative 7. Okay. Now, some books will rewrite this like this: 5 plus a negative 12. Okay. This means exactly the same, and we've practiced these both ways. Again, we're going to box the bigger number, think absolute value. Whatever is in there is going to be your sign for your answer. These are still different. We have a positive and we have a negative, so they are still different, and we are going to subtract. 12 minus 5 is still 7. Okay. The next one we're going to look at is negative 13 plus 2. All right, we're going to follow the same steps. We are going to box the bigger number. Again, we're thinking absolute value. All right, that tells us the sign of our answer. So our answer has to be negative. These are different because we have a negative and a positive. So again, if they are different, we are going to subtract. So 13 minus 2 is 11, and our answer is negative. Okay. Another example would be negative 5 minus 6. Okay. On this one, we're going to box the bigger number. Well, 5 or 6, the 6 is going to be bigger. It's going to tell us that our sign must be negative. But this time, see how this one's negative and this one's negative or minus? It means the same thing. They are both the same. Because they are the same, we are going to be adding these. Okay? So 5 plus 6 is 11. So our answer is going to be negative 11, and it's negative because the bigger one was negative. Now again, some books are going to rewrite this as negative 5. Instead of a minus, we're going to write plus a negative 6. But again, we're still boxing the bigger number. These are still going to give us a negative answer. These are still the same. They're both negative. So you're going to get exactly the same answer. It's just the way that you're writing it is a little bit different. Okay. Another type you might see is negative 3 minus negative 5. Now, we talked about this one is a little bit different. This is also the key to our multiplication. This says in words, we want the opposite of negative 5. Well, the opposite of negative 5 is a positive 5. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to rewrite this problem as negative 3. We're going to change this because negative times a negative is positive. and then we have the 5. Now please note, the 3 did not change. It comes directly down. A lot of students are changing that. We do not change that. These two have come together to form our positive. Okay. Now, again, we're going to box the bigger one. Okay, so the bigger one is still the 5. Okay. That means our answer has to be positive. These are different. We have a negative and we have a positive. If they are different, what are we going to do? Yes, we're going to subtract. So 5 minus 3 is 2. So our answer is 2, and it's positive because there is a plus there. All right, another one would be 5 minus negative 10. Okay, again, negative times a negative. What is the opposite of a negative 10? When we put these together, it's going to give us the plus sign. The 5 still remains as it was, positive. The 10 is going to come down. But now, you could still box it, but this is back to a normal problem. 5 plus 10 is just 15. Okay. Now, when we get to multiplication, this idea here, negative, so let's say negative 3 times negative 4, okay, negative times a negative, again, becomes that positive, and then we just have 3 times 4, which gives us 12. It'll also work the same when we're dividing, so let's say negative 20 divided by negative 10. Well, we know 20 divided by 10 is 2, and just like we could cross off those zeros, you could cross off those negatives, or negative times negative is positive. So this is going to be a positive 2. Alrighty, hope that helps.